All right, hey guys, and welcome back. Yeah, this is an overdue review. I got Doctor Strange out first, but anyway, I decided, I gotta do this. I enjoyed this film actually. So Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was really really fun. It's a great film to continue from the first one. It is truly for kids. And I think even if you're an adult, you can enjoy it to some extent because there are some pretty funny scene for adults specifically, especially that entire wedding affair. A lot of things in this film are completely overdone, completely out of context, insane, very comic-ish, and I think it is fun. There are certain things that are a bit too extra, especially this middle part in the film where there's like this wedding and they were going about it and some troubles are being caused. And I think what they were trying to do is give the humans more of a backstory because Sonic is now operating at a different level, so it's very difficult to bring them together to Sonic's level or something. So they're trying to separate the humans from Sonic to give them their own story. Basically, they were separating Tom Wachowski and what do you call this, Maddie Wachowski, sort of into another story, while they give Sonic his own story together with Tails. And what do you call this? Tails and Sonic are facing Robotnik and Knuckles, and so they sort of separate out these two stories. But I think it wasn't a very good idea. It didn't really pay off. They could have kept them together in some other way. Maybe the wedding could have been there, but for a short while, and they could have gotten the humans to help Sonic out. Maybe in the temple when Sonic is actually going after Robotnik in the temple. I think they should have really stretched out the temple scene more because that's really from the game, and it's very very like it's one of the coolest things in the video game, the temple. And that's where you really run around as Sonic and you can do a lot of crazy stuff. But they really cut the temple scene very short and they focus very much on the city and the wedding and these sorts of other unnecessary things. And that is kind of the low parts of the film. Sonic is funny, as he always is. Ben Schwartz did an amazing job as Sonic. But man, I think the real highlight in this film, the one that really, really carried this film, was Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik is one of the best comic book villains or not comic book, video game villains I've ever seen. He's amazing. Like he's just so good at his role, and now I really can't imagine anyone else doing Robotnik other than Jim Carrey. Like just from the moment he comes back, he returns from this mushroom realm, right? Like even in the mushroom realm, when they show him there, like trying to make his escape, the way they show him trying to experiment with mushrooms to try to find an alternate version of coffee or whatever by making mushroom coffee, like the way he just throws up and spits and all that, trying to figure stuff out, and then eventually uses his intellect and the quill that he saved from Sonic to use as a way to send out like a shockwave that calls in Knuckles and his clan. I think it was super cool, super intelligent. And then Knuckles shows up, and then he and Knuckle form a team to go back to Earth and beat up Sonic. And what Knuckles is really after is this green gemstone or something, the Emerald. And the Emerald is like the source of ultimate power, and Knuckles wants to protect it. Sonic has nothing to do with it, and then Robotnik, of course, wants to get it because it's ultimate power, and solve a lot of Robotnik's needs by just giving him one source of power. So eventually, they do get into a bunch of fights here and there, pretty cool scenes. CGI is subpar in this film, honestly. You can see a lot of the seams between Sonic and the background. It's not very well done. Even the moments the characters interact with the Sonic or Knuckles or Tails, you can see that the actors are not really facing the right point. Like the direction they're looking at when they're facing Sonic is not the right direction. There's something off about their positioning, and I find that mistake just so obvious that I don't understand why they can't fix it. Like they have really cool CGI. Like they can do really amazing things. Right? This is Sony, right? Like Sony can really do these really amazing CGI stuff, but I don't understand why they don't fix the moments where they're just looking at the characters and they're just not that accurate. So yeah, I think they really could have done that a little better. Let me see if I can actually find a scene where they're interacting with the actual like the character. But yeah, anyway, it's really funny and fun. The jokes are not the greatest. Overdone scenes. The humans just didn't really feel very necessary in this because I think this guy, Robotnik, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails already had a good thing going on, so these two human characters were not the Wachowski were not really doing much in this. I really wish they played a bigger role, especially in the temple scene, as I mentioned, because I think they could have done that a little bit better. The booby traps and then Jim Carrey just running around having so much fun with Knuckles was just one of the best things to see in the entire film. And then when Robotnik creates his ultimate robot towards the end, it was super duper cool. I wish they really had a better finale, a better end fight. They could have done that a little more interesting or unique, because towards the end Sonic really just kicks into full gear. You don't really see Knuckles and Tails do enough, but Knuckles and Tails were pretty cool and consistent characters for the most part. Just that, as I said, towards the ending battle, I feel that they sort of fell short. They could have done a little bit more. Like, they showed Tails was genius enough to use his Tails is a guy, by the way, to use his plane to sort of fire some rockets or whatever. But then again, it's not even Knuckles' plane, right? They took this plane from the wedding or something. I can't really remember, but I think they stole the plane. I'm not sure where the plane has all the ability to fire ammunition all of a sudden. I'm not sure if Knuckles had time to upgrade it or whatever, but yeah, it's super strange. Um, yeah, this is the scene where they actually find the. Wait, is this the Emerald scene? Where is this? No, I think this is a place where they find like a key or something to the temple, right? They find a key or something to the temple. So this is like a middle scene. Even this place, this environment, they didn't utilize it well enough. This is the wedding scene where they had a very stretched out comedy between this guy and this lady who are supposed to get married, and they have like their own side story there with their romance, completely unnecessary, completely overdone. But look at this robot piloted by Dr. Robotnik that faces Sonic. This is the most awesome scene. Such an amazing, such a cool scene. Yeah, look at this. So this is like an interaction between the characters, that are cartoon and human, right? So you can see that they're not even looking at the right places. It's like it's so strange. Like if we were to just draw a line, I think on this. Like, how do I do that actually? Can I do that? Color source? Um, Wait, I'm learning how to draw a line on OBS here. Okay, no, never mind. That's a horrible idea. I'm not really sure if I can. Can I draw something? Alright, never mind, guys. I haven't learned how to draw on OBS yet. Probably my bad. But yeah, so as you can see here, the eyes are not really aligned. They're not really looking in the right direction, which is really bad in certain scenes. It's too obvious in certain scenes. I think they really could have improved it. So yeah, the CGI I felt was so-so, but the Robotnik ending scene was definitely the best. But here you can clearly tell they can make it as close to CGI as possible, because mostly everything is CGI, so you don't really see the seams in this. But they don't really have enough interaction between the ground people and these characters, so it's very much in their own world. Like, they could have just taken this to a whole other world together, and no one would have cared because there's no destruction whatsoever. It truly is for kids. It truly is really fun. I think it's great movie for the weekend. Not necessarily go to the cinema for, but man, Jim Carrey as Robotnik is just one of the. It's just a prize, honestly. He's just so amazing and so fun, and yeah, I'm really gonna miss him if it really is his last film or whatever, and if he really is gonna retire. I'm really gonna miss Jim Carrey as Robotnik or anything else for that matter. So for me, I can give this a 3 out of 10. 1 point for the kids, 2 points for the film. So for me, just judging it as a pure film, probably a 2 out of 10. The best part of this is definitely Jim Carrey. There's really no other question. Everything else just really falls really flat. But it is fun. It's a cute little movie. You can watch it with your kids. Totally enjoyable in that sense. But nothing to be remembered. It's just going to be forgotten as one of those Sonic films that was an attempt, sort of thing. But other than that, yep, that's about it for my review. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys feel sad that this might actually be Jim's last movie. But after this, I really went and watched like some of his older movies, Liar Liar, The Mask, Ace Ventura, and yeah, Jim Carrey, he really goes all out in any movie that he's in. He's crazy. This guy's crazy, seriously, and it's amazing. And pairing him up with Ben Schwartz is also a really really funny guy. I think it's really great. Just unfortunate that they didn't really use Tom Marston and Tika Sumpner that well as they did in the first film. They really were a better pair. In this one, they are the power couple, but they don't really do much. Um, and I think they overdid it with this Natasha Rothwell as Rachel. They really overdid her character, completely unnecessary. Wade was absolutely useless. Randall was whatever. Agent Stone was pretty fun. Idris Elba really nailed it as Knuckles. His voice was great. Knuckles was great. But I think it's a very simple role to do because Knuckles is just given a flat out script. There's really not much acting to it. I think Sonic really had a lot of acting because Sonic really has a lot of interesting dialogues, and Ben Schwartz really has to pull those off. So that was really done so much better. Why is wait what? Yeah, I think it's fair enough. There's no other really important character here. Yeah. So Tails is actually voiced by a woman, but Tails is supposed to be a male character. I really wish they would have gone with a twist to make Tails a female in this, because I really wish they had some potential to give Sonic some kind of a love interest and maybe even a potential side story which will be more valuable. Well, Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic's friendship could have turned out to be something more. But I think they wanted to keep it too much as a kids' film, so they made it all a male trio. Like all of these three cartoon characters are all male in the end. There's not even one female character. I think they really had the potential to make Tails, a girl, but I don't know. They stuck to it as keeping him as a boy and just making it usual. So yeah, it was too many boys in this. I think I'm not sure if like why they didn't do anything for the girls. Honestly, they could have done something cool for them. But yeah, that's about it from me. See you guys in the next one. Take care.